Welcome to the Fluid Admin Configuration Training. This video is the 6th video in the Fluid library of training videos. In this video, you will learn more about the configuration of fluid roles and fluid users. Fluid roles and fluid users are used to manage the following: user access to system functionality, management of segregation of duties as part of the risk management approach, access to sensitive information or the restriction thereof, administrative, management, supervisor and transactional user rights. This functionality is also used to manage user access to various departments or companies within a group where required. Even though this section only relates to 2 functions in the Fluid Admin system, it is incredibly important to understand that this section is the foundation of user access and user roles. It needs to be understood that in order to maximize system flexibility, system usability and security, each role needs to be clearly thought through and constantly reviewed to ensure that users do not have unnecessary access to components of the system which will clutter a user dashboard or presents system risks. In our previous video, you were introduced to Donna, who manages customer service of our company. We would now like to take this opportunity to introduce you to Donna's colleague, Sophie. She manages our sales with new customer and prospective customers. For this training, we would illustrate the type of role that each of the users would have in Fluid and how they would differ from each other. It is imperative to understand the importance of this section because it is key to access within Fluid. Users that have unauthorized access may be tempted to perform tasks that they are not allowed to do. It is important to point out at this stage that Fluid records each activity that users perform in Fluid, which will be imperative if an investigation is required. Understanding the user roles and user access is how we prevent the need for investigations by limiting access to what is required to perform a job. Now let us get into the configuration of a role within Fluid. When you configure a role, the role will consist of 4 key components. The first component is specifically about Fluid forms and has 2 configuration components. The first level is the primary level, where you can give overall access to create a form, view an attachment, and modify an attachment of the form. The secondary level relates to the Fluid form fields and whether the role can view or can modify fields within a Fluid form. The second component is Fluid views, which is related to the workflow assignment tasks we discussed in video 5. The third component is Fluid administration access, and this is specifically relating to system administration tasks that can be configured as part of the role. The fourth component is Fluid user queries, which is accessible by role. Fluid forms in a role configuration. It is important to understand that when we look at this configuration, we are looking at it from a Fluid administrator point of view. This means that we will be able to see everything in the Fluid instance for our company, and it is up to the Fluid administrator to define what a role will allow for a user to see. For each form that has been created, there is a primary and secondary configuration that needs to be configured by the Fluid administrator. The primary configuration has 3 options for every Fluid form. 1. Can create. Does the Fluid role allow a user to create a new instance of the form by clicking on the plus icon in Fluid? 2. View attach. Does the Fluid role allow the user to view any attachments that are associated with the form instance when running user queries or working on the Fluid dashboard? 3. Modify attach. Does the Fluid role allow to modify any attachments that are associated with the form instance when running user queries? In our example, where the customer contacts us via the website, our customer service agent Donna needs to complete the website contact form. Our Fluid workflow has been configured to clone the email when it is received by the mailbox so that Donna can capture the website contact form. In this example, the customer service role, which is assigned to Donna, will be able to do the following. Donna will be able to access Can Create because she is responsible for the completion of the website contact form. Fluid has cloned the email as an attachment when Donna views the received email under Customer Services in Fluid. Therefore, she will be able to view Attach. Once we have configured the primary level of Fluid form configuration in Fluid roles, we now need to configure the secondary level of the Fluid form configuration in Fluid roles. In the secondary level of the configuration of Fluid forms in Fluid roles, the Fluid administrator will be able to choose between Can View or Can Modify. Can View means that the user has been assigned the Fluid role of customer service can either view a field within the Fluid form or not. Can Modify means that the user has been assigned the Fluid role of customer service can either modify a field within the Fluid form or not. In our website contact form example, we had the following fields: customer name, customer surname, contact number, contact email, type of website inquiry, number of users, marketing consent, and website comments. In our example, Donna will be completing the website contact form, and she will therefore require the ability to view and modify the fields within this form. In our example, however, we have configured an additional field in the form which is department, and this allows Donna to assign the department that will be dealing with the website inquiry. In our workflow example, we had a second workflow where Donna assigned the website inquiry to the sales team. Once Sophie in the sales department has contacted the customer and the customer decides to subscribe to Fluid, we have configured the Fluid workflow to clone the website inquiry form and to create a customer information sheet and credit application form. It is, however, important to consider whether a Fluid user should be able to modify a Fluid document once the customer has completed and signed the document. For example, Sophie will be checking and sending the customer information sheet and credit application form through the sales workflow to new customers. However, once the client has completed the missing information and signed the document, Fluid will receive the signed document into the workflow. Once the customer has signed the credit application form and returned it to the company, neither Donna or Sophie should be able to modify the information in the document. Depending on the sensitivity of the information, both Donna and Sophie may be able to view the document but not modify it. If the information is sensitive, it can be hidden from view through field masking, as explained in video 3, where we dealt with field scope, Fluid fields, and Fluid forms. It is also important to note that the right to view and modify is at form field level, which means that you can configure view and modify rights at the lowest form level. We now need to configure Fluid role administration permissions. In the Fluid role configuration, we have a list of administration permissions, and each role needs to be considered in terms of requirement and risk, and allocate only what is relevant to that role. The bulk of these administration permissions are Fluid administration system level permission. However, it is possible to have certain roles that have access to certain administrative permissions if the position requires it and the business has assessed the risk. A good example of this would be where the manager of a team has some administrative permission and the associated requirement to perform the task. For example, let us assume that the manager of the division has the technical capability and business permission to create and modify forms, create and modify fields, create and modify workflows, create and modify user queries. In the case of the example, the manager role will have the administration permissions activated. It is critical that when the business provides the manager the access, that the person in the role is fully trained in using the configuration functionality that they have access to. The fourth and final section in our Fluid role configuration is user queries. In Fluid, whenever a user query is created, the Fluid role configuration will be updated with a Fluid user query. Our final step of configuration of the Fluid user role is to allocate the user query that is relevant to the role. This section refers to the Roles and Users video. For the purpose of illustration, we would like to illustrate how a Fluid form can have several fields and how these fields can be divided between two or more roles. This is normally to protect the integrity of the data and to ensure segregation of duties. If you look at the following website contact form in the customer service role, which is Donna, and the sales role, which is Sophie, you will notice that there are differences in the form and who can view and who can modify the data on the form. If you look at the customer services role and their access to the website contact form, you will notice that Donna can access most of the fields apart from types of website inquiries and whether it's a new customer or not. If you look at the sales role for Sophie, you will notice that she can only view the attachments. Sophie can view the following fields, but she cannot modify them. Department, website customer company name. The fields is new customer and is spam is not even visible to her because she cannot view or modify the field. So Fluid will not display it to her. If you look at the customer information sheet and credit application, they are not visible to the customer services role or Donna at all. Only the sales role with Sophie will have access to these forms because they are relevant to her role and what she must do. Once you have saved the Fluid role, it will be live and visible in the Fluid administration system. From a management point of view, you will see that there are a few options pertaining to roles. Edit the role. Clone, make a duplicate role with the same configuration as the current one. This is used to simplify the initial configuration where the roles are basically the same but only differ at Fluid form, assignment and user query level. Delete the role. The relationship between Fluid user queries and document templates will be discussed in more detail in video 15, where we deal with document template, imports and how they are configured. Before we move on to Fluid users, it is important to note the following. Fluid is a very powerful system which can configure the finest details of any Fluid user role in the system. It is important for the Fluid administrator to be fully trained, highly disciplined and constantly reviewing what Fluid roles are configured to do. The parameters of each role in the organization must be clearly defined and the boundaries must be configured to ensure proper segregation of duties, protection of personal information, and mitigation of business risk. It is important to note that every time a Fluid form, Fluid field, Fluid user query, and Fluid workflow is updated, the Fluid roles need to be revisited. Changes will not be applied unless the Fluid administrator has assigned these changes to the roles where they are applicable. In practice, it often happens that a person could either be sick or resign from the company. Often there is nobody that has access to perform the function. Fluid advises against the sharing of passwords as this increases the business risk. We would advise that it would be better to change the role of the person that will be taking over or taking care of the role where the person is away or has left the company. If this is not possible and the person needs to assume two roles, then management oversight needs to be increased to manage business risk and to ensure segregation of duties. All changes made in the system are fully auditable and the audit log can be viewed at a user and permission level. Fluid user configuration. Now that we have had a look at the configuration of the Fluid role, We now need to look at the configuration of the fluid user. It is important to note that you cannot configure a fluid user unless the role has been created. Once created, you can create as many users in the fluid role as required. When you create a new user by clicking on Add User in the Fluid Administration System, you are given the following fields to complete. Username. This can be whatever the company policy is in terms of the user naming convention. Password. A password is created by the Fluid Administrator, and if the role has been given access, the user can change the password once he logs on to Fluid. Time zone. You can select a different time zone if necessary, but the system will default to the default Fluid instance configuration. Date format. You can select a different date format if necessary, but the system will default to the default Fluid instance configuration. Time format. You can select a different time format if necessary, but the system will default to the default Fluid instance configuration. Locale. Fluid supports a few web browser language options, and by default it will assume the language in which you have opened your browser. The options available are Afrikaans, Arabic, English UK, English US, Italian, and Hindi. Send email for user notification. This option will send the user a notification via email once the user account has been created and the Fluid role has been assigned. Email addresses. It is possible to add more than one if the user works for multiple companies within the same group. Roles. Select the Fluid role that the user will be working in. Customer user fields. By default, Fluid will ask if the user belongs to a certain company if the Fluid instance covers a group of customers. If left blank, the user will have access to all companies within the group. It is also possible to create custom fields like departments, which is a multiple choice field, and then to select from the options which one is appropriate to the Fluid role that the Fluid user will be transacting in. In our example, we have created customer service, sales, technical support, and accounts. Once you have completed the above, you select Save, and the Fluid user will be created. If the option for sending an email has been selected, the user will receive an email with the Fluid username and password. From a Fluid administration point of view, the Fluid user screen offers the following options to the Fluid administrator: edit the user, deactivate a user, delete a user, and send a confirmation email to the user. Thank you for watching the Fluid user role and Fluid user configuration video. We hope that you have found this information useful. Please feel free to look at some of our other training videos provided by Fluid. In our next video, we intend to focus on the Fluid admin configuration menu and each of the configuration components of Fluid. For more information, please feel free to contact us via the website on www.fluid.bpm.com or follow us on LinkedIn and subscribe to our YouTube channel.